Hello and welcome to your carrier update this morning. The first one of this morning brought to you by Powerfleet. I'm Mike Vincent. My phone is off. He's Thomas Wasson. He's a professional, so his phone I know is off. What's going on, my friend?
Doing pretty well. You know, always exciting to be on Talking Carrier Updates. We're about to go right in. Just like in the old TV shows, we're doing hats backwards now because, you know, this is about to be serious business. We're going to dive into some stuff. But speaking of phones, 90s grunge came on earlier, so I had like a moment earlier where mine went off. So we've all been there.
Charged up, ready to go.
I'm definitely ready to go. And speaking of ready to go, freight waves, the NTI, which is our basically the equivalent of looking at the spot market here, has started to surge. So we have two things here: the NTI daily report, and then the regular NTI, which is normally like a 7-day average. And it's cool to see because as we see right now, the daily report, we're up to 297. So, you know, getting a heads up on both, you can kind of catch the leading indicator because, you know, we saw with the lags and stuff post-holiday, but what's interesting is this recent surge. We're literally going from about 284 upwards to 297. And so, you know, we saw a little bit of movement in outbound tender rejections as well over the past week, and so it looks like right now this data is being reflected via spot rates because we do have a pretty good correlation between outbound tender rejections and spot rates.
Yeah, is there a specific market or anything that's driving this, or where's
so
this?
far, it looked like from yesterday, Houston was bumping. So, I mean, there are a few parts. The rest of the country, as of yesterday, we had a little bit of cooling, but Houston and El Paso, right on the border crossing, there's still a situation right now where northbound traffic coming out of Laredo is running into some problems. But Speaking of problems, we've also got some fuel to look at. Looking at our next chart here, diesel truck stop prices. Well, thankfully, we are making some progress according to our actual price per gallon. We're down to $5.65, but then also looking at the U.S. side, you know, we're seeing some movement here. We're seeing the downward movement being reflected as well as the lag time, but hopefully this means that we are going to get some form of reprieve. Whether or not because the country gets forced into a recession, who knows? But, you know, there's something will happen. We'll kick it to our final chart here just to illustrate. And it all revolves around the retail to wholesale fuel spread because as any large carrier know, this is where I make my money. Undercut you on the line haul, make that sweet money back in terms of fuel. So, you know, spread is remarkable, 155. So, you know, it's still a matter of, in these sky-high prices, especially with earnings seasons coming up, pay close attention to how the fuel surcharges happen because these large carriers may still say everything is awesome just because they are.
Because the spread, yes.
The spread.
Diesel prices came down wholesale and retail, but the spread widened. Good for the enterprise guys. Excellent stuff. Thank you so much, Thomas. We'll catch up with you a little bit later in the show. Right now, I'm going to send it over to Sydney Edwards and first look at your headlines this morning.